I want you to close your eyes for a second. Imagine the last time you were afraid of what someone else thought of you. It's natural for us to care what other people think of us. In the past, we were biologically wired to fit into our tribe for survival. Now, you don't need to get along with everyone. In fact, sometimes it's better if you don't. When you stop caring what other people think, you experience a certain type of freedom that many people wish they had. The freedom to be yourself. And in this video, we're going to talk about how you can get to this point of freedom by caring less what other people think of you. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Cliff Weitzman. I'm the CEO of Speechify. In this channel, we discuss my views on entrepreneurship, my values, and how you can get the most out of life. One thing that I consider to be a superpower that I developed over time is that I'm not afraid to be unapologetically myself. I make a lot of decisions that most people wouldn't make, and it makes me happy. In fact, I'm the happiest person I've ever met. We're gonna go over how I'm successful in rejecting other people's opinions and doing what feels truly correct to me and only me. You don't have to agree with how I live my life. In fact, I'd be surprised if you 100% would. But what is useful is to learn how to come up with principles that guide your decision making the way that I do. We're gonna talk about a couple of strategies. The first one is how to be who you are and own it. The second one is realizing that most people are much more concerned with themselves than you. And number three, what to do in situations where you fear being judged. So here's the rub. If you are unapologetically yourself, you'll end up not having friends for some period of your life as you figure out how to be yourself and then still give value to society in a way that other people respect. Most people conform to what society wants them to be. They follow the normal rules, they behave in the normal way, they wear the normal clothes, they use the normal slang. If the cool thing is to smoke weed or play video games, they smoke weed and play video games. But if you decide that you want to be your own person, there's going to be a period in your life where you will not fit in. And if you go and read all the best biographies of the most exceptional people throughout history, you'll realize that almost every single one of them, for some period or a long period of their life, did not fit in. It's like bulking when you go to the gym. You have to feel a little bit fat for a little bit in order to have a beautiful body at the end of the day.
Oh, no way, that's awesome!
So what I highly recommend is sit down with yourself for a couple of hours and write down the principles that you believe in. Write out the outline of the person that you want to be, uninfluenced by other people's opinions, and then become that person. Check in with yourself. Am I behaving in the way that I want to be, the person that I want to be? And you'll be amazed how satisfying it is to grow into the person that you want to be. And if you get criticism by other people, it really falls away because it's not like you are an amorphous shape that is getting edited by others. You have already edited yourself. I think that really is the key. Do not let yourself be an amorphous shape that gets edited by other people. You edit yourself. Decide who you want to be. And once you do that, what other people say is meaningless. It's completely irrelevant. Imagine you're a painter and you have a painting, and you have a clear vision for where that painting is going to go. And some random person walks into the room and tells you, oh, your trees are too short. You're like, what are you talking about? I'm drawing sequoias. How do you even know how tall my trees are going to be? You're just gonna think that person is an idiot. You're not gonna think badly about your painting. But imagine you're just kind of painting without a plan, and someone comes and tells you your trees are too short. And you're like, oh, I guess my trees are too short. I'm so ashamed. Let me edit my trees. Literally write down who you want to be, and it'll make it very easy. Section number 2. Most people are a lot more concerned with themselves than they are with you. First of all, online. If you see negative comments, they're always not about you. They're about the person themselves. And so if you consistently go and find the other comments that account has written on the internet, they're all negative for a lot of different people in the same way. That people has demons inside them, and they're putting them out towards you. No single person that I know who is successful in life takes the time to leave negative comments on other people's stuff. It just doesn't make sense to do. If you have people who you trust and you know they have your best interest at heart, or who you work with, it's important to listen to them, especially when they have, constructive criticism. If they want to give you constructive criticism, usually they'll give it to you in a criticism sandwich, or something positive, something negative, something positive, because they care about you. If there is no incentive for the person to say something to your benefit, probably it's irrelevant. If there is an incentive because they have demonstrated over and over that they are loyal to you, that they love you, that they care about you, then you should always listen to what they have to say. If it's about your work, then you should absolutely listen and figure out how to have an ideal relationship with that person. And if something that you're doing is bothering them or harming them, then you should definitely change that. What do I do in situations where I fear being judged? How should I self-talk to coach myself? I notice that a lot of people say the word sorry, often and unnecessarily often. and saying sorry puts you down. And so your word choice matters a lot. I'll give you an example. So let's say you have a presentation and it's not fully ready and you're about to present to your boss. If you enter the room and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm such a terrible person. You must feel so disrespected by me that I don't have this presentation ready." Your boss will be like, "Yeah, I feel disrespected."
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
But if you walk in and you be like, "Hey, I am so excited to be in this meeting with you. This project that we're working on is so amazing. I didn't have time to prepare a full presentation, but I gave it my best shot in the time that I had. Let me show you what I have and why I'm excited about it." You completely change the entire situation. But then let's talk deeper. Let's say you go in and you're so nervous. You're like, "What are they gonna think of me? What are they gonna say?" Stop, look yourself in the mirror, take a deep breath and say, "I am awesome. I am powerful. I am strong." Like literally doing affirmations is so powerful. If you really have a trouble with self-confidence, you should absolutely say the affirmations 5 times in the morning and 5 times at night in the mirror in front of you until you feel confident. I don't do affirmations, but it's because my brain constantly tells me these positive things, and it tells me these things about other people too. And I think a big reason why by and large people like me is because I see them in this view. I see other people as powerful, as strong, as independent, as loyal, as confident. And because I see that in them, I pull it out of them, and they can see that I see that in them. If you can't find that confidence in yourself, that belief in yourself, find it in others and then give it to them. And you'll find that they'll start giving it back to you. I am semi-famous / infamous for ending up on the stage in every single event at Brown where there was a really cool speaker. There was one day where the president of the World Bank, this guy is an absolute baller. Like, he is an incredible person. And I was a second-year student at the time, and there's maybe 3,000 people in this auditorium, and then another 3,000 people in overflow rooms watching on monitors. And I'm listening to him speak for an hour, and I'm like, this guy is another level of awesome. I want to be his friend so bad, and I do not know how I can achieve that from my position in the audience right now. And then they had questions and answers, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna straight up ask him, can I get your number? Can I have a meeting with you? Having the ability to work through your connections would be phenomenal. Do you have any recommendations on how to contact people in your position and how to get to know people like you and be able to have communication with them?
Come down here and get a card from my team right here. Come on down.
That part worked.
Okay.
But you can probably already have the anxiety rising in your collar when you think about sitting in an audience of 3,000 people and going to ask the speaker who's the president of the World Bank if you can have his phone number to be his friend. But I did it. So why, how, what self-talk did I give myself? The first one was, I don't really have anything to lose here. The second one is, I feel nervous. Amazing. Lean into it, right? Seek discomfort. If I feel nervous, it's one of my philosophies to lean into the nervousness. It means that I'm going the right direction, because how many opportunities in your life do you have when you really get nervous? Not many. And so when I have an opportunity, I know that this is where growth is going to happen, so I always do it. At a certain point, people start to see you and determine that you are a very capable person, and they don't mess with you. Like, they don't believe that they can push you around because they know that you cannot be pushed. And then if they want to make suggestions, they'll make suggestions. Number 1, be more comfortable with who you are and own it. Make a list of your principles and write out who you want to be in the future. Once you have a vision for who you are going to be, what other people says matters less. Number 2, most people are more concerned with themselves than you. They see the world through the lens of their eyes, and all they care about is how their life plays out. So unless you know they have your best interest at heart, their comments are relatively irrelevant. 3, when you're in situations where you fear being judged, use positive self-talk. Pick the right words, call friends to give you a pep talk, give yourself an affirmation in the mirror, and hear what your friends have to say about you and say back to yourself. And more than anything, if you find it difficult to talk yourself up, make it a habit to talk other people up. Remember, you're fighting a biological urge to be liked by those around you, and it takes time to develop the resiliency to not let that biological urge take control. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend, especially someone that you think would benefit by caring less what other people think. And if you like the content, please leave a comment, share it with a friend. Tell us what you want to care less about. If you want to get Speechify for iOS, click below. Android, click below. Get Speechify for Chrome, click below. We just launched the extensions for Safari Mobile, which is a magical experience. You now get a play button in the bottom right corner of every single web page on mobile. And as always, happy listening.